When it comes to video games, people tend to have three things they look for: price, gameplay, and graphics. While the best games have all three, sometimes you have to sacrifice one to allow the other two to shine. Tactical Assault VR is the perfect example of picking one of these areas to focus on more than the others, so the game is able to excel in two of those other three categories. Some people may be put off by the cartoonish graphics of TAVR, me being one of them at the beginning, but after finishing a few missions, I honestly completely forgot about the look of the game because the gameplay was so compelling. As a general summary, Tactical Assault VR, or TAVR as I will reference it in the rest of this video, is a mission-based milsim shooter where you go through randomized missions to accomplish objectives such as Search and Destroy, where you blow up a downed Black Hawk to ensure the technology doesn't fall into enemy hands, assassinations of high-profile figures like definitely not Jeffrey Epstein and Osama bin Laden, hostage rescues,
Oops. Definitely just kneecapped him.
and bomb defusals.
Whoops.
Each mission starts with you choosing the weapons you'd like to use, giving you a very customizable approach to what loadout each mission requires. For example, in a larger map, you can choose assault rifles or snipers for long-range engagements, SMGs and shotguns for close quarters, and for everything else, there's LMGs. Each map is unique and replayable, placing the enemies in different spawns and allowing you to customize the missions themselves, choosing between different objectives, respawns, and even night modes. One of the things I really love about the versatility of the game is all the different equipment. For night maps, you have a few options for getting around without tripping on enemies with night vision goggles and flashlights. Breaching options include underdoor cameras, sledgehammers, shotguns, and charges. For you ready or not fans, this is the closest you will get to playing your favorite game in VR. You can even just play around on the breaching room map, which gives you infinite possibilities on layouts with a room and enemy randomizer. I really love the diversity of roles within the game. For example, on a bank heist map, you can climb up a building to be a sniper on Overwatch, ensuring your teammates don't get attacked from blind angles and sniping enemies from afar. Or you can just Leroy Jenkins it and run in with an SMG or assault rifle and hope for the best. So is the game perfect? Well, no. There's definitely a learning curve with where to place all the weapons and gear in your body so you don't accidentally grab the wrong thing. Magazines occasionally clip through slots when you try to return them to their original position. The bolt-action sniper's charging handle kind of just floats back to the start instead of the satisfying that most other games have. Pistols only get 2 additional magazines, which run out extremely quickly unless you're doing a pistol-only run. Lasers and lights turn off anytime you stop holding a weapon, forcing you to turn them back on every single time you grab them. Enemies are either omniscient gods knowing exactly where you are, or just straight up hell killer. SMGs are pretty difficult to hold and aim, with their virtual stocks hitting strange places on your virtual body. The 1911 will fire if you try to open a door with it. Trying to even open doors just feels like a lottery where it's completely random when it decides you've actually hit it. In multiplayer, it's extremely difficult to tell who is on your team and who is on the other, with the colors basically just being tan and a tan-gray combo, leading to your teammates either constantly TKing you,
I just team kill. Oh, I just realized what I've done.
or not having good reaction times when they see enemies because they don't know if they're friendly or not. Now, there are a good amount of guns, but it's really difficult to see any actual meaningful differences between the ones in the same classes. All of the AR types are pretty much the same besides slight visual differences, with the only exceptions being the battle rifles like the Scar or the Rattler having noticeably more damage. There's absolutely zero stats on accuracy, fire rate, damage, range, anything like that, and you can't see the attachments until they're spawned on the gun unless you go through and manually save every single gun in the main menu. But the developers constantly update the game, with graphical improvement for PC players, new maps semi-regularly, along with new weapons and interactions within the game. One of the biggest things I look for in a VR game is how easy or difficult it is to record gameplay. Most games don't have any kind of spectator system, so you're forced to deal with the motion sick inducing movement, bad FOV, and clipping characters. But in TAVR, you have a multitude of options for setting up cameras to make sure you have the perfect view of your recording needs. While there's a lot of cool ways to see yourself in game, the overhead view seems to be a bit useless because the second there's a building in the way, you're completely covered. I think adding some kind of X-ray to see the outline of your body through buildings, or at least a camera mode that makes sure you're always in frame, would be a really good addition. I feel like I'm forgetting price. $15 is honestly a steal. The game continues to improve and there's a major update coming soon, giving a revamp of one of the maps and including new weapons as well. Multiplayer modes include PvP and PvE, so you can fight against other players or work together on missions. And for those of you who don't like playing with others, there's a wave shooter mode where you can simply try to survive waves of enemies attacking from all directions. Overall, the game is really one of the more polished ones out there, with dynamic and adaptable missions, multiple options for missions, and a bunch of really fun multiplayer modes, so you don't get bored. So, is it worth it? Yeah. For those who would be put off by the graphics, the gameplay is so good you forget about it pretty quickly. And for just $15, there really isn't a reason to not at least try it out. I've been BoZiver, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.